welcome to another episode of Closing the Deal. We are in our Instagram mini series. I know we've talked about IGTV before, but we're gonna take a step a little bit deeper into what IGTV is, how to upload it, some quick tips on it. The first quick tip that you have for you guys is make sure you film vertically, because you want to make sure you take up as much space on somebody's phone as possible. So there is the option now, I believe, if you have the business profile, to also have it horizontally, which is fine. But like we said, if you want you to be what people see, make sure you take up the whole space by filming vertically.
Yeah, it's just so much bigger. If you think about what it's going to look like horizontally, which you've probably seen on maybe like YouTube if you're watching a video, it cuts off so much on the top and the bottom where you want to take as much real estate as possible.
Yep.
All right, guys, the next tip is how long your video should be. So the length of your video, everyone wants to know how long is it supposed to be for Instagram versus Facebook versus everything else out there. And the short and quick answer for Instagram is 3 to 5 minutes. Now that can vary because it depends on what you're talking about. You need enough time to get the point out there, whatever it is you're talking about. If it takes 10 minutes to talk about whatever it is you're talking about, use the 10 minutes. However, as a general rule, 3 to 5 minutes is usually enough time to get the point out of whatever you're talking about. And because we live in a day and age right now where people have shorter attention spans, I won't say shorter attention spans, 3 to 5 minutes usually is as long as they're gonna spend on something. So like I said, if it's something that you need to take 10 minutes for, take the 10 minutes. Just make sure and be concise with what you're talking about. You don't wanna ramble, you don't wanna add all this extra fluff. People will lose interest.
Also, there is this little thing on IGTV where you can have it preview into your feed. And the beautiful thing about that is now it comes up on people's their personal feeds as they're scrolling through. And then when you go to your profile, it'll show up right then and there. So the best thing you want to do is create an eye-catching thumbnail. So first of all, make sure you hit preview when you're uploading. Second is make an awesome thumbnail for it. A really good thing for IGTV is also having text for what it is in that thumbnail. So saying, I don't know,
look at this killer kitchen.
Thank you. Teamwork for dreamwork, guys. So that's kind of what you want to do to make sure you grab their attention, especially if they're looking at your profile, so they've clicked in to say hey, what is this realtor all about? If they see that, that'll grab their interest to go in and click in on it.
All right, guys, so the next tip is when you are uploading, there's a little section for you to put in a subject, and then there's a description right below it. You want to make sure that you fill in both of them. So for the subject, that is so hard for me to say. For the subject, ask a question. Ask something that's kind of intriguing, something that's going to pull people in, because that might be the only thing they see, which kind of follows it up with the description. Now here, what we like to tell people is to put in maybe a brief description. I wouldn't take too much time thinking about it, wouldn't make it too lengthy, along with some hashtags. Now, the reason that I say not to put too much thought and kill yourself over it is it's hard to find. I was literally just telling Carissa, I have to think about where to even find this when I'm looking at IGTV. It's not that easy to find, but it's still worth putting in. And the reason why is because if people do find it, you do want to have a description there, and then hashtags. Hashtags, as we've talked about, help make you more discoverable. And those hashtags will help feed into that. So you do want to definitely use them and make them relevant to that IGTV.
Yeah, and the only other place that the description will show up is in the feed. So if you did hit the preview, then they can see it. But if someone's watching you in IGTV, they have to click on your subject, then it opens up what all the description is. So
it's still nice to have. You should have it.
Yes.
Definitely don't neglect it.
Yes.
I'm just saying it's not that easy to find.
So that's gonna be start with a hook. So give them why do I want to watch this video? What's gonna draw my interest in? We've said this before, and we've said this a lot in our Instagram series. Is
true.
Starting controversial in the sense that we've given the example of mid-century modern homes are the best homes to live in.
They're the only homes you should buy.
Right.
Well, people are gonna be like, that's not true. I'm clicking into this. Tell her all the reasons she's wrong.
So when we say controversial, we mean something along like those lines. Something enough that's like, hey, I disagree or agree with that statement, or like that piques my interest enough to make me want to click on it. Or, you know, sometimes just being like, hey y'all, hope you're having a good Friday, and then all your stuff is there. I'm not necessarily drawn in by those first few lines. It's okay to say that, but you want to get people.
It's not going to hook people.
Right. And it could be, a lot of times, it could be the same hook that you have, like we were talking about in that thumbnail that you create. What's that question that you have on it? What's that one bold statement? That can be that subject line, too, of drawing people into that.
All right, guys, those are the tips we have for you on IGTV. We hope you liked it, hope it helped you. But if you still have questions when you're going through it, don't forget, we are the marketing department over at Stewart Title, and we're here to help you. So please feel free to reach out. All right,
guys.
Bye.